Hello and welcome to another video from Natasha Lee, and this week I want to go back to basics again, and that's because basically I'm well aware of the fact that people watch these videos sometimes because they want to watch something relaxing, because they enjoy something arty, and then there's those people who want to recreate them, and that covers a whole different skill level. Even like absolute beginners that haven't yet tried nail art but are quite intrigued. So I like to produce these no tools nail art from time to time to give you absolute beginners a go, and it can also be a bit of a challenge for some of us that are so used to using tools which makes our life easier. Not everybody has them. This week I'm bringing you 5 no tools nail art looks which are so easy to create. And quickly before I show you how to produce these looks, I want to give a shout out to this week's Creator of the Week. Now this week is a pretty big creator, actually he's a huge creator, he's a massive creator, but I absolutely love him. He is my go-to for news. In fact, when I get a chance to finally sit down and have an hour or so to myself, I binge watch his videos from the week so that I can catch up on all the news, and that is Phil DeFranco. If you haven't yet watched one of Phil's videos, then please do go and take a look. He is absolutely fantastic. I love him because he doesn't sense the news like so many mainstream channels do, and therefore I've stopped watching them. He brings you all the news, whether it's positive, negative, it's factual, it's quick. I understand so much more about so many conflicts going on in the world because he explains them so well, and he makes it so easy to digest. So head on over and take a look at his channel, and please give him a subscribe. I'll put the links to his channels in the description down below. And now it's time to get on with the tutorial. After applying base coat and 2 layers of your preferred colour coat, we're going to go in with some white. And all you're going to do is take some of the excess off the brush, and we're going to go and use the side of the brush to create like little sort of dots or splodges. We're just going to try and create a lovely little cotton cloud effect. As you can see, it's super easy. I will just say it is so hot in the UK at the moment and we're not accustomed to it, so we don't have aircon, and my house is sitting about 27 degrees, so my nail polish is drying very, very quickly. Decide where you want to pop your clouds, and you can do them smaller or larger. I just decided to add a few, and this is on my little finger, so it's a little bit harder to get a few in there. Just try and tuck it in down the sides if you can, go from a different direction if you need to, just to get down by that cuticle area. And don't worry if you do get any on the skin, you can just go in with a plastic back pad or whatever pad you have and wipe off the excess. When you're happy with the design, go in with your favourite top coat and apply a nice generous layer over the whole image to encapsulate it. Don't forget to cap those ends and make sure you've got that nice even coverage. For my next look, I'm going in with the pink as my base layer, and then when it's dry we're going in with the pink down one side of the nail, and as quickly as possible you want to get that onto the nail, and then go in with your other preferred colour, and I'm using a lilac. You want them both to be wet when you're doing this, which I will be honest is very, very hard with the heat in my office and the studio lights. Once you've applied and blended slightly, clean off the brush on a pad dipped in acetone, and then use that brush to blend the colours together. Clean the brush afterwards and go in with a second layer on both sides to do the same thing again. And it's better to apply more than less when you're doing this because you really want some polish there to blend. And then I'm going in with the pink before I clean off that brush and blend the two together. Just remember to clean off the brush again when you finish blending so that you don't actually contaminate the bottle of colour. When you're happy with that look, you can go in with a sparkly top coat if you like, and I have lost my favourite one. I don't know where it's gone, and it's the Northern Lights, so I am using this one from I Love Nail Polish instead. Finally, go in with your top coat and seal the whole look. Now you can use this look with any colours, I just chose to go with a lilac and a pink because it's really pretty and very summery. However, you could do this with rainbow colours, with blacks, with greys, with absolutely anything you fancy. For my next look, I'm going in with this gorgeous blue, and I've applied 2 layers to the base of the nail before I go in with a yellow, and we're just going to apply a little sort of mound at the bottom of the nail. And this is going to act as a desert island. Go in with a second layer once the first is dry if you need to. If it's opaque, you don't need to. And then I'm going in with a brown, and I've taken most of the excess polish off the brush. Then I'm taking the brush onto its side, and I'm going to use that corner of the brush to draw a palm tree trunk. Try saying that when you've had a few Prosecco's. I'm just rounding that trunk at the bottom, but you don't have to worry too much, to be honest with you. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has that beautiful beachy look when it's finished anyway. Once you're happy with your trunk look, we're going to go in with a green. And we're going to do exactly the same thing where we've cleaned off some of the excess polish, and I'm going in with the sides of the brush, and I'm just going to do some palm tree leaves. Again, these don't have to be too perfect. They look so good when they're on the nail. If you want, you can take more polish off the brush to make the nails thinner if you prefer, but this just shows you how many different ways you can actually use the nail polish brush itself. And here I am being an absolute perfectionist because I can't help it, and I keep fiddling with designs. Now a final touch you don't have to do, but I wanted to add a little bit extra, so I used this shimmering yellow and just added a little texture onto that sand. Once you've done that though, remember to allow it to dry before you go in with your top coat. And because we've added images onto this, add a nice generous layer. I'm also doing a more generous layer than normal because the room is so warm and it was setting so quickly. Cover that entire nail and don't forget to cap those ends as well, but if you do apply too much on the nail you can just draw off the excess. For my next look, I've gone in with a white first and then I've applied this gorgeous sparkly white over the top of it. And full links to all of the products are in the description down below. Once you've got that lovely pearlescent look, allow it to dry before you go in with your next colour. And this is a classic, it's the Colour Club and it's HARP on it, which is a lovely silver hollow. And I'm just going to go across one way, and I was planning on just doing one way, and then when I did it I thought, ooh, do you know what would be nice? If I went the other way and we made it into a V shape. So just keep tweaking until you're happy with the V. If you do get any polish on your skin, you can clean it off with a brush if you have one. If not, you can clean it off with a pad. I wouldn't recommend using your other nails on your other hand though. Then I'm going in with Twinkle Tea Queen Bee. I love this shimmery lilac, it's so stunning. And I'm just leaving a little gap of the silver before I go in with that lilac. And it gives that lovely little pointed design, and you can see it's so easy. When it's dry, go in with your top coat. Apply a nice generous layer over the top. And I'm doing a generous layer here as well. Although there isn't much for a ridge, I want to apply a crystal onto this nail, so I need to make sure it stays wet enough for long enough. And I'm taking one Swarovski, and if you don't have a gem picker, you can actually just lick your fingertip to pick it up. The last design, I'm using one of my favourite colours, which is Shock Therapy from Morgan Taylor. You might recognise this from my fidget spinner nails. And after doing a base layer of it, I am just splodging a load everywhere. I want this thick, I want it to stay wet to be able to marble it with this gorgeous purple from All That Jazz. Now apply a little less of the purple, it's a very strong pigmented one, so I didn't want it to overpower the pink. And that's why once I was happy with the amount I'd applied, I went back in with my pink brush, I cleaned off some of the excess, and I just sort of started splodging the colours together. I think that's a professional technical term there. So you splodge away to your heart's content. Splodge all the way around the sides to try and blend it. And you can see it produces this gorgeous, gorgeous mottled effect. It's the same effect you get with using a plastic carrier bag, but not quite as messy. When it's dry, apply your top coat, and you can see that's when it really comes to life then. It's like a form of modern art. I really love this look, it's so quick and easy. Imagine doing it with a gorgeous foil gold and a lovely cream. That would look so gorgeous for summer. Don't forget to cap those ends. And there we have it, that is all 5 looks. When they're all dry, apply your cuticle oil, and this is my homemade cuticle oil, and I'll link the video in the top corner of how to make it. And then massage it in. And there we are, here are the first 4 looks, and these are so quick and easy. And that's all the looks together. Let me know which one is your favourite in the comments section down below. Are you going to give any of these a go? If so, let me know which ones they are. I do like these little clouds, they're so pretty, but I am a sucker for some pastel. I do also love this one for weddings, and I do love this pink so much. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and it's inspired you to have a go. If there's any videos you'd like to see, then please let me know in the comments section down below. And I need to say a huge thank you to all the Natasha Lee VIPs who are supporting the channel. If you enjoy my videos and you want to become a part of the Natasha Lee family, then head on over to natashalee.vip, where you can sign up and get access to behind the scenes information. There's reward tiers, there's all different bits and pieces. If that's not for you, then do not worry. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you could give a like. If you've not yet subscribed, then please head on over to the subscribe button, and next to it you'll see a teeny tiny little bell icon. If you click on that, it will notify you every time I upload. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all very, very soon.